Good morning, students. Welcome to grade 9 and welcome to our first Design and Technology online class. For today, we are going to see the first chapter, which you can also find in your book, that is Green Design. So, as an introduction, we can say that we consume many products every day, and these products, when manufactured, used, or disposed of, cause pollution to the environment. Consequently, it is important for the designers to consider changes in the way products are produced, used, and disposed of. Here we can see some evidence of pollution in Mauritius and around the world. For example, we have all been affected by the shipwreck of the Wakashu, and we can also find some toxic fumes released by buses on our roads. So there are many more evidence of pollution which we can find around us. So as a definition of green design, this is a term used for designs that have been created by people who have consciously designed something taking into account its life cycle, potential to recycle, impact on the environment, and how to reduce them, and how to make their design fully sustainable. So nowadays, designers take care of choosing appropriate materials, appropriate technology, not to pollute, not to damage the environment. They are very conscious about ecology, and therefore they design not to damage our world we're living in. So when we create something which will be durable, which will not harm our health, harm the environment, we call it green design. So here are some symbols which we can see onto products or technologies which proves that this product or technology takes care of the environment. So for example, the right symbol, we can see an organic and natural product symbol. Okay, so that means that the product has been made with natural materials, not toxic, from sustainable technologies and sustainable agriculture, for example. So there are many effects of pollution onto our environment and ourselves. So, for example, the effects of water pollution, it affects the fauna and the flora. Uh, Animals in the sea or the water are very affected by human pollution. So it causes damages to the freshwater and marine ecosystem. It kills fish and other invertebrates, degrades our natural habitats and coral reefs. So it also affects the tourism industry. Here in Mauritius, we depends mainly on tourism industry. And if our sea, for example, is polluted, it will affect the coral reefs, our beaches, and therefore tourists will not be interested to come. So some beaches may be also inaccessible. For example, we have seen with the Wakasho event that for many weeks, many months, the beaches were out of bounds because of toxic materials in the sea. Even the fish in it we weren't able to fish into that sea because the animals in the water became toxic themselves with the pollution. So the water we swim, as well as the fish we eat, can become toxic if the water is polluted. So we can say as a conclusion that liquid waste from factories contaminates canals, rivers, lakes, and groundwater. So what are the effects of air pollution? It damage the fauna. The plants may be very sensible to air pollution. It affects our health, our breathing systems. In some countries, there are many cases of cancers, of breathing and respiratory problems due to air pollution. Here in Mauritius also, we may have these problems. In some countries, there are many cases of acid rains caused by air pollution. And air pollution and even insects and animals dies due to air pollution. We have seen that when bees disappear, some trees also disappear because uh, the bees contribute to the reproduction of plants. The birds contribute to the reduction of harmful insects, for example. So if they disappear, it may have dramatic consequences onto the environment. So air pollution occurs when harmful or excessive quantities of substances, including gases, particles, are introduced into Earth's atmosphere, mainly carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and other toxic fumes. So wastage of materials also harm the environment because even if some materials, some waste materials rot, they can also harm the soil. So in the process of rotting, they smell and generates methane gas, which is very explosive and contributes to greenhouse effect. It wastes the raw materials and energy used in making them, and it wastes money also. So there will be a considerable increase of waste in the landfills and give rise to the number of landfill sites and more pollution. For example, here in Mauritius, we have Marshikos, which cannot welcome no more waste because it is already full. In the manufacturing sector, there is a considerable amount of wastage of raw materials due to excess use of materials and poor planning. So the energy consumption using non-renewable resources leads to pollution problems together with carbon emission. In Mauritius, we use mainly crude oil, diesel, and charcoal for making electricity. So these non-renewable sources of energy pollute a lot, and we are now trying to move towards other types of energy. So electrical energy is mainly produced with non-renewable resources, as I say. So the consumption of natural resources may lead to dramatic consequences. For example, we can see in the pictures the removal of charcoal causes a lot of damage to the environment. The down of trees in some countries causes the destruction of natural habitats for endangered species. For example, the orangutan. Okay, so the birds, the other animals in the forest, they die because the natural habitats disappear. Um, we can they cause also landslide when we cut trees. The land no more stands still, so they causes landslide. If the same trend of product design and manufacture continues, the impact on the environment will be irreversible, creating an imbalance and climatic condition on the Earth with the following results. So, the greenhouse effect, severe droughts, flash rainfalls, creating floods and regions where it has not been the case before, as we have seen in Mauritius some years ago and even this year, and depletion of natural resources. So therefore, it is essential to adopt good eco-friendly practices, which we are going to see throughout this chapter. So to end this lesson, I will propose an assignment, a short work that you can do by yourself. So find out at least 4 examples of evidence of pollution in Mauritius and state in what ways each of them affect our life. Thank you for having listened to this lesson. We'll see you next week.